appreciate your help.
These looking one here. Okay, they looking kind of nice. Let's put the camera down a little. Worked out for these. You know? Oh.
Yes, your arms do look nice. Show them again. Flex.
Hold on, little
Flex
sound.
for a strong sound.
Hold on. You gotta get it out. Oh, okay, all right, that's enough. That's enough. All right. Yeah, ladies, hit my cash app if you want a massage. I do personal massages. I'm also a licensed trainer, by the way. Okay, I'm not licensed, but still, I still do training, right? And massages as well.
Who you training? What you training for? Oh, okay.
Don't ask if you don't want to know. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Just saying.
Okay. No judgment. No judgment over here. Good evening. How are you, Shen?
Yeah, I'm all right. You're gonna see in the Shenny's rant. Yeah, I mean, Doc Shenny got a lot to say. Yeah, I mean.
Okay.
Doc Shenny got a lot to say. And you know, I do what I do best and I get it off my chest. Ooh, boss. Yeah, I mean? So you'll find
Mic
out.
drop.
You know.
Mic drop. Mm-hmm.
Still blessed though. Yeah, I mean, and that's the main point. But you know, appreciate you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm. Looking lovely today. You looking very glowy. I don't know if
Do
it's
I?
the lighting or what. Yeah, it's probably good lighting.
I mean, I would say that because I have the ring light, but
Oh,
yeah.
I need to get me because
I also try to like wash my face right before coming on the live, so that way, well, I don't come on the live, but before starting the live, so that way.
that could change, baby.
That way, when it's over, I can get ready to bed because I'll be tired.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Seriously.
I got work, so I know the vibes. But where's our good sister? Did we tell the viewers? She'll be
a few minutes late.
All right. Well,
Yeah, no, she said she'll be a few minutes late. She's in training, so to start without her.
Okay. Well, as long as she's not late in the other way, you know what I mean? Because then, you know, you just don't want Lucifer to have any children. Like when she had Cash, she wasn't Lucifer, you know. So she, yeah. But since then, she's Lucifer.
I cannot with you. You're a mess. I was like, who the hell is Lucifer?
How does Lucifer tempt you? With candy. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I get you.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
I do this with intent. Well,
absolutely. It's absolutely intentional.
Yeah. Well, let's get this motherfucking intro song because gotta let them know who the fuck we are. Shout out to the good brother E Dot for coming up with this intro song. Even though you're not here, you always will be here.
That part.
Jenny, Tony, Andy. Jenny, Tony, Andy. Jenny, Tony, Andy.
We came for the shits and y'all came for the giggles. Welcome to Shiggles. We came for the shits and y'all came for the giggles. Welcome to Shiggles.
Let the concrete play, baby. Yeah. Oh, that shit get me in.
Same.
Yeah. Well, I'm a man that needs no introduction, but I'll give it nonetheless. I go by the name of Shenny with the Henny, always good and plenty. If you ain't know, now you know, motherfuckers. First, I winked and I realized I got the shades on. I was like, oh, let me just blow a kiss then.
Yeah. I love it. And our good sister will be here soon, so she'll introduce herself when she arrives. But I am Tony, aka the Sauce, because I am very saucy. And the The truth shall set me free.
Yeah, I was just about to say, look at you telling the truth. Okay. Okay. Manifested some wonders. All right.
I try. I try.
I like it. I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of adult ages, adults of children ages, we are all here for the shits and for the giggles. So without further ado, we present to you the Shiggle Show.
Shiggle.
A little jingle. I'm excited.
Right. Jingle, jangle, jingle. So we don't have the word of the day yet. I'm not entirely sure what the word would be. However, I will just introduce the topic, and I guess we'll have the word at a later time.
I like that.
So tonight's topic is I'm coming out. I'm coming out.
I ain't gonna lie, you gotta sing it. You gotta sing it.
I want the world to know, got to let it show. So with that, and on par with the month, which is Pride Month.
Men's Health Month, but you know.
Very true. Also Men's Health Month. So
Month.
Make sure you're taking care of your health and being mindful of it. What would you do if your parent came out of the closet?
So let's start over this. If it was, can't even call the motherfucker my daddy because, you know, it just sound crazy now. You know what I mean? So I'm going to think.
You gotta say father.
Oh, as the worst father.
H-E-R?
Yeah, my father. Oh, yeah. But I see that. I call my pop. Sorry, you see what I call him. I would probably whoop his. Can I say what? Should I even say whoop his ass? Like, that's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? We would throw the hands for all the times he beat me. You know what I mean? And then I'd slap myself for letting his. Maybe I shouldn't say. See, y'all trying to get me in trouble. Y'all really, yeah, I mean, y'all trying to get me in trouble because y'all know I ain't got much coof. You know what I mean?
Much or at all?
Yeah, maybe not. I'd whoop his ass. Yeah, I mean, I'd whoop his ass.
Why? Why would you whoop your dad's ass?
Yeah, first of all, call the pops because even it's too close to Zaddy. You know what I mean? Yeah, because all the times he tried to beat me for shit that I done did, and he was inside that closet. You know what I mean? Like he beat me for not cleaning my closet. Motherfucker, you was in there. I couldn't clean it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, what you want me to? So how does that gonna work? You know what I mean?
You are an entire ass.
Why'd you put all the dirt in your room inside the closet? I knew you was in there, motherfucker. I didn't want you to be bored. How about that? Now that would be hard to deal with, you know. Not only because of my archaic, prehistoric, uneducated, whatever way you want to call my views. You know what I mean? So I'm open to that because my views are mine. Like I say, my views of today may not be, and very likely won't be my views of tomorrow, you know, because I continue to grow. Just maybe not vertically and as far as my height is concerned, as our lovely Sour Candy would point out. But
thank you for being honest.
Yeah. I don't need to go no more because I'm already 6'1", so don't even make it seem like I'm not 6'1", but that's besides the point. But you know, all right, 5'8", but still, hey, look, don't let me get off topic here. 5'6", but nah. So it's like, you know, I just feel like
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, we stick with that. We sticking with that. Don't fuck around and find out, baby. Don't fuck around and find out, okay? Yeah, but I don't that would be very difficult to deal with. You know what I mean? Coming from from a man, you know what I mean? And I know of a guy that like had kids and he was married. And actually the kids live with him. You know, I don't know him too well. I mean, I knew him through my my fiance and shit. And Yeah, the kids live with him, you know, and he's a goddamn flamer. I don't even know if that's the right. I don't know if I know I can say that shit because I can say what I want. I don't know if that's acceptable. I don't know, and I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? But yeah, he's out there, you know. So I think it's like, you know, it can be embarrassing for kids, you know. It is not widely socially acceptable, you know, especially they're in a smaller town. So you know, it's things like that that would probably be the most difficult to deal with, especially as having it being the father, you know, it being the mother, you know, be a little bit different, you know, and I think that's why it's kind of dope now that people don't have to hide as much, so they don't get into those situations where you know, they're having kids. But hey, they're letting motherfuckers have kids now. That's, you know what I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't agree with that. You know what I mean? Because you couldn't make it, then you shouldn't take it. You know what I mean? That's the way I see it, you know. So I probably ain't the best one. I'm gonna say numerous times, just in case I go for a job and they say, hey, you know, you did this, you said this, and these are my views of now. And certain shit I don't see changing. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. By the way, I've been drinking, so maybe that'll help me keep a job in the future. I've been drinking, so get the fuck out of here. These are gonna be my views. It's just what I believe. You know, just what I believe. But I would never disown them. I wouldn't disown my parents because that's, you know what I mean, like, you know, even my kid, you know what I mean, like I don't believe in that. You know what I mean, but it would be difficult. It would be difficult.
Okay. But it sounds like it would be less difficult if it were your mom.
Fire is fire in my world. You know what I mean? Like, I don't sign up to none of that. But you know, it would be because of what society thinks. And that's like a lot of times we base our lives off of what society thinks a lot. And that's why during, you know what I mean, like the times we in, like, you know, society has a big grip on the things that we care for. Like a lot of people, like, don't tell me, like, you can't say, oh, you know, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, Black Lives Matter. Like, look here, you little white bitch. You still clutching your purse when I'm in the elevator with you, but you shouting Black Lives Matter when you get out the elevator. Fuck are you talking about? But society tells you, hey, I have black friends, but your name's still Karen, miss. You know what I mean? Your name is still Karen and your husband's name is Bob. So
not Bob.
Yeah, Bob. So it's really what society pushes on it. But for me and my community, I'm gonna say my community too. You know what I mean? Being in a West Indian, you know, Caribbean, Jamaican community, you know what I mean, that wouldn't be you know, they you know, it wouldn't make me feel no comfortable either, you know. So and that's what a lot of this is based on. What culture and what community are you in that can make the things that seem natural to you make you embarrassed, you know? And that's where the fight comes.
I think you're absolutely right. That was going to actually be a question I was going to ask after, because as you were talking, I understand the conflict because of the community that we're a part of, right? Even if it's not necessarily West Indian, just being Black or African American, however you identify. But if you're a person of color, I think it can be a little bit more challenging in that community as opposed to if you were a non-person of color.
Right. No, 100%. And you know what? Like, yo, even if you was Asian, you know, most of it, I mean, like, unless you was some like, and let me tell you something, man. I don't know. When God made Europe, he must have been on vacation because a lot of them European joints is a little freaky. Yeah, like, you know, God must have been, he must have just finished Brazil or DR or something. You know what I mean? He was like, I'm feeling spicy tonight. Let's make Europe now. You know what I mean? Because, yo, in France, certain countries is acceptable. And many countries in Europe, they're acceptable. You know, throughout Asia, not really. Like, you know, it's not really acceptable. Africa, not really acceptable. You know what I mean? So it kind of varies from like where your continent is, you know, and your cultures as well. Like in our community for so long, it was not. You know, some countries that, you know, other countries are a little more lenient. Like, you know, like certain parts of Asia, they get violent too. They get violent too, you know, but it's not it's like advertised as much as, like, say Jamaica used to be. Like, they ain't butting up nobody in Jamaica no more. Like, I mean, like, it's you know, that's not certain parts of Africa without a doubt. As you probably have heard, many places in Africa, they're like, yo, don't come in here and try and like switch these rights and stuff like that. So it is illegal, you know, which is kind of, you know, that's I can't say I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't agree with making that illegal. You know, that's I think that's kind of extreme. I mean, you making somebody, and mind you, I think it is. I think it's a see, I don't know if it's natural or like between natural and like normal, because it's a natural thing to occur within the human nature, but is it natural as in the sense of, if everybody's gay, I don't we will cease to exist. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like it's like
I don't know. I think I disagree with that because being gay or being attracted to the same sex or bi, or, you know, however you identify, I think that is not a new concept. I think it's more accepted, and it's become more and more accepted over time because people in the community have fought for their rights and have taken like stances against the hate from people who are heteronormative and cisgender and so on, or whatever the case. So I think that it's not a new concept. There were people who cross-dressed eons ago, you know, forever ago, and there are people who were attracted to the same sex and so on and so forth. So it's not like it's a, you know, 20th century thing that it came to be. Absolutely not.
Yeah, but what happens is when it's more like publicized in a sense, and when it's advertised, especially when it comes to children, you know, at that fragile age, you start to have children that like now not only think that it's okay, but more so start to adapt and question what their true nature, with their original body and original mind are telling them, and then it throws them for a loop. Like, these kids' minds are like, if you can make a child that in one setting they would love all people, no matter what or who they are, and then you could bring that same child. If you could have a 5-year-old child that can spew hateful words, like, you know what I mean, calling you know what I mean, like, look at this. I barely even want to say faggot on the shit. I barely even want to say faggot. Nigga, spew out my fucking mouth. Man, fuck these fucking. Ooh, I want to see. You know what I mean?
So are you saying that
this is what society is doing? We're afraid to say fucking faggot, but we're running around saying nigga all the time.
But are you saying that being able to see it and children being able to see same-sex couples are being exposed to something that may seem interesting to them, and then they may want to partake in that kind of relationship going forward?
100%. I think children's minds are that fragile that when you present them with something, an idea that seems okay, or something that is accepted by the community, they'll be swayed. These kids out here, gang culture was a thing. Why would a child go to gang culture? It seems cool. Now, mind you, poverty does play a part in the gang culture. But
as well as home life.
Home life. What do you mean by home life?
Like, if your home life is disrupted or there's difficulties or challenges at home, whether it's financially driven or otherwise, that can make a person want to go and look for acceptance and belonging somewhere. So that's where, right? But as far as their sexuality, I don't think so. I think there are I think there are, like when my oldest was in maybe middle school, I do feel like um, things became a little skewed in that um, there was more awareness brought to the movement and things like that. And it maybe at that point, kids were maybe trying things or doing things and they weren't fully aware and not understanding of things or whatever the case. But I think that applies to maybe some of the kids who didn't understand what this was. Whereas I think with other kids, it's just who they were. It's just who you are. And it's not that you have to be exposed to it or not or whatever for it to be a factor. You're going to, it's not like, you know, when we're born or where we live, it's completely segregated by what you have between your legs, right? So if you're around just girls and just boys, then maybe if we were in a society where that was just how it was, where it was just, you know, this sex here and that sex there, and they never cross paths, maybe because you're going to be attracted to what's around you. But if, you know, you're around people, you're possibly going to be attracted to people. So I don't see how.
Let me ask you this, right? So
yeah.
You being in the you know, the medical health, the mental health field, right? So if you put somebody now, mind you, when I do comparisons or analogies, you know, make a metaphor, you know, I try to be careful when I make a comparison. And well, I try to be careful when I make an example because it's not a true comparison. So I'm not comparing these two. Because I really don't like when people compare like gay rights to gay rights to black rights. You know what I mean? Those are like way fucking separate. You know what I mean? Nigga go be a whole fag, you don't even know it. You know what I mean? You know I'm black, you know what I mean? Like, fuck out of here. But or I'm gay, you know what I mean? Fuck out of here, man. I can slur
Just
myself.
FYI, it depends on what. Hi, Jazz. Happy Friday Eve.
How you
It
feeling?
depends on what generation the person is in, where certain words are accepted versus not. And even the older, so I'm saying like the older generation, like the word you just used is not offensive to them.
And that's where I'm from. That's my generation.
Right. Exactly. Because that was like just a term that was kind of loosely thrown around.
You can't even say tranny no more. And then I think they said now you can say it. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's what makes me get disrespectful. Because you know why? Because that's the thing. So you will not have that much, and that's how strong that movement can be.
Mm-hmm.
They can quote unquote cancel you, or they can make people not want to say one word, and then they say no, you can say it. And that's an example of the power. And that's more of my argument. And it's the same thing with like small hats. Like you can't keep on screaming victim and saying that you're powerless when half the billionaire designers is fetching batimans. You know what I mean? Half the billionaires, most of the five families are small hats. Y'all are not oppressed. Stop it. You know what I mean? With all those people having that power, everybody wants to push their agenda. All I'm saying is when you have children, right? Same thing like the vapes. When the vapes came out, what happened? Yo, the flavors, they're attracting the kids. Bubble gum, then they made laws. Don't make them in bubble gum. What happened to Four Locos? They made that shit bright as fuck. These kids was drinking it. So this is what I mean. Like, kids are so susceptible. The first thing that you do is you attack the kids. And I'm not trying to be like a whole conspiracy theory. Like, I don't care. Like, we're not going to win this fight. So this is not a fight that we need. What you need to do is you protect you and yours. And that's why culture and community are so important. So people are going to do what they want to do. When you and yours are not getting the result that you and yours want, think back to what was implemented. So now with mine, I don't teach any of that stuff. I don't teach to to not like it. You know, I don't inflict my thoughts on my child. You know what I mean? No, thankfully, fuck you too then, huh? No, because they're my thoughts. And I wasn't, and you know what? I wasn't taught those thoughts either.
Right.
That's what it's
You
like.
developed it on your own.
Yeah, 100%. So that's why a topic like, you know, parents coming out or whatever, you know, it would be very difficult from the way that I've trained to think and, you know, the things that I've learned, you know, and I don't mind being around the homos. You know what I mean? Homosexuals. You know what I mean? Fuck you. I don't want to change my words for nobody. I mean, I don't like that shit. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers don't talk to me. Don't talk about me like that. But you know, I'll be respectful if people like that. But you know, I don't mind being around homosexual. I mean, I'm about to see now they're gonna fry me. But I have frequent conversations. I don't have frequent conversations. I'm not gonna say that. But I got a few on my block. And I say hi, don't make them feel no way. I mean, nothing like that. And I still say hi to them in front of my mans and them. You know, so it's not like I only, nah. Like, they is people. You know what I mean? Well, they are people. I mean, stop acting ignorant. They are people. So, and they're my people because they're human. So, you know, I just don't feel like shit should be advertised. And, you know what I mean? That's my thing, you know?
I don't know if advertisement necessarily is the cause of, you know, interest in whatever sexuality. I think and sexuality is a term that maybe shouldn't necessarily be used. I would say like their preferred partner or, you know, preferred relationship is with another person that, you know, whatever. Only because America sexualizes so much.
America.
Yes, it sexualizes so many things. And the fact that if I want to enter a romantic relationship with another woman, it doesn't mean that, or if I find another woman pretty or attractive or whatever the case, and I would want to date that person, it doesn't mean, like, it shouldn't be like, oh, they just want to have sex. Like, whatever we do behind our closed doors should be what we do behind our closed doors, but it shouldn't be over sexual. It should not be over sexualized. And that's what happens in America. Whereas, like you said, in Europe and other countries, like, it's a little bit more free, because seeing, and I'm going to go a little off topic, but related to, like, you know, seeing, I want to say it's like in France or something where it's very liberal about, like, you know, being naked and so on or whatever the case. I've never been personally, but this is what I believe I've read or seen, right? Yeah. So like, and it's not sexualized. It's like, you know, even like, let's take, for example, even like a woman feeding her child, breastfeeding her child in a different country is not sexualized. But in America, here we have these like tarp things, and it's not a tarp necessarily. It's a
just a blanket, baby.
Right, but it's like, why do I have to cover my breast? Why? You know, when I'm feeding my child, like I'm giving my child nutrition and it's sexualized. Everything is I said that to say everything in America is sexualized. And that, I think, is a part of the problem, because we should not be thinking about other people and their relationship and what they do behind closed doors. Mind your fucking business, which is another problem of America. We don't know how to mind our business.
That's the main, but you know what? See, so this is the problem. Everything America, just about everything America stands for and does, will remain unnatural. It's just not natural to have a whole nation of people from different. We are the melting pot. Remember, New York used to be America is the melting pot.
Good evening.
It's just hello. It's just not natural. So now, how do we pick one president or even one mayor, one governor to govern a place with so many different people from so many different countries? So in this country, oh, we cover up. It's just so many different types of people, and we try to fit it. We try to, yeah, hell yeah, damn sure is annoying. You know, I'm not gonna say it ain't great. I mean, it. Well, I not to be a, you know what I mean, not to be a rumper, but you know, it was great. You know what I mean? And not talking about great. You see, that's where a lot of people get messed up. It was great. It was great in the sense of our money was worth a lot more. As a country, it was thriving. But you know what happens, right? The money was worth a lot, but all the people involved did not have access to that. So now, in making everybody, or trying to make everybody have access to that, we got to please everybody. Picture in your house. If you had to please everybody in your house, you'd be making 5 different dinners. You cannot make 5 different dinners in a night. If I could find a woman that can make 5 different dinners, you send around here and Corey's got to fucking go. You know what I mean? You can't make 5 different dinners in one night. And that's what America tries to do. So now we try to remember back in the day, Peter or Peter, whatever the fuck they wanted. They used to be the rage. They used to be the shit. Got Mike Vick locked up. Yeah, Mike Vick was wild. He should have been fighting the pit bulls, but got that man locked up. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's definitely great for some. Definitely great. But it was a great country, but it was definitely great for some. But it was, yo, if you had that money, if you had that American money, you were good anywhere. Now doesn't even matter. You want to go to you want that yen. You want to go to China. You want to get that Chinese money.
So I guess the financial standpoint for some Americans, it was great.
Yes.
However, I can't say it was great at any point in time because I'm a Black woman in America.
No, 100%. But you see, that's what
just
people
saying. Financial or not.
People get caught up in that, right? But you ask the Black people of Detroit. You ask them motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
You probably can't find them. You know what I mean? So you ask the Black people of Detroit that were working in the factories when that got sent out. You know what I mean? And who was that done by? That was done by Clinton. Signing the NAFTA. You know what I mean? So a lot of people kind of like let's not get into the fact it was never great. Like, put your motherfucking name up before you start, you know what I mean? So I can actually speak to you and we can educate each other. All right? Because not saying it was never great for us. And you know what? It's still not great for us. Okay? So it's still not great. And it never will be great. It never will be great. It's not meant to be great for us. So let's not get that misconstrued. And, you know what I mean? But that's why we need to follow where the money goes. Where the money goes, we have a chance. So now that we have financial literacy, now with our financial literacy, you just
your name isn't showing.
Just put it right in your comments, lovely Fleur, right there. Just as you do, put a dash and put your name. But when we have financial literacy, now when the economy allows us to actually do something, now we can put our fucking money where our mouth is. You know what I mean? Instead of talking about it was never great, we can't do nothing. We can't. But you out here voting for fucking Billy to be called fucking Sarah and shit. You know what I mean? That's what motherfuckers worried about, and that's how they distract us. And there lies the problem. All right? We over here worried about cis. Over here worried about cisgender. Where the fuck cis at?
I just want to say that I'm going to respond to the question itself about if my parents came out of the closet, and I would not feel one way or another.
That you wouldn't.
No, it's like, whatever. Feel how you feel. It is what it is. So yeah. So I think that love is love, and you love who you want, who you feel that you need to, and you know, whatever. It at the end of the day, because I drink water and mind my fucking business.
Drink water and mind my business.
Okay. Whatever you do behind your closed doors does nothing for me behind mine. So I don't care. It makes me never mind. I do want the people I love to be happy. So if that's what makes you happy, wonderful.
Yeah, and I agree. That's definitely the goal. That's definitely the key. You know what I mean?
I also feel like, going back to what I was going to say, what I was saying, I was going to ask a little bit later, as far as like cultures and how culture can play an impact on this kind of response or this kind of question. If we were non-people of color, I think that maybe our responses would be different.
Yeah. How so?
I think that in non-people of color, it's more acceptable, so to speak, for identifying or coming out of the closet, being gay or whatever the case. That's my opinion, right? Whereas if you're a person of color, it's a little bit more like there's a stigma against it. But if you're white, it's like it's acceptable.
So let me
And
ask you this: Do you think a white family, right? Let's pick a nice Staten Island white family, or a nice Nashville, Tennessee white family, or a Utah white family, right? Like a you know, like a no niggas on my lawn white, yeah.
no.
I'm just I'm going too far there. But so do you think they would have more of a problem with their child being a homosexual, or their child dating somebody outside of their ethnicity?
I think if they're like those extremist Christians.
No, not necessarily extremist Christians.
Just no, like, I'm saying if they are, then yes, they would have an issue with it, because Christianity is man, woman, got to go according to whatever Bible they want to go according to, yada, yada, who to who. But if they are not, and they're more liberal, then yeah. And to add a layer to it, their community, right? The people that they are affiliated with are more than likely also liberal, will also be more accepting of it, right? Whereas in Black and brown communities, if there's an issue, like let's say we're in Jamaica and that's an issue, right? Not only will the family have an issue, but the surrounding community will too.
See, there's nothing more powerful than love, right?
Agreed.
So if I love my brother, my child, my parents, whoever chooses to, doesn't choose to, whoever is to be gay, my community, those that love me, you know, that will override. Will that person feel maybe as comfortable? You know, it may be a little, you know, maybe a little bit, you know, a little uneasy, you know, but generally the love that you have will definitely override, you know. But what I think is like beliefs, like you said, like you point out, very big thing, like as far as like being you know, whatever religion, you know, because most religions, they're completely against that, you know. So I think that's like the deciding factor, and most of the time it's like, you know, some people rather their child date within the same sex than you know, go outside of their ethnicity, you know, and that kind of speaks volumes as to you know, what's that all about, you know. But let me ask you something: do you think there's a reason why in many heavy melanated communities that's like frowned upon?
I'm not entirely sure. What's making me think that is the, you know, going back to slavery and the enforcement of the Bible on the slaves and the Christian ways and so on, whatever the case. So if a person is heavily into that, or the family is, because maybe that's what they use for that spiritual uplifting during those difficult times, you know, or during those fucking horrific times, I would say, not difficult, horrific. Then maybe that's what's kind of like ingrained. Yeah, someone else said because of religion. So if it's like ingrained in you that man must be with woman and any other kind of like relationship is wrong, then yeah, I think that's what kind of like makes a person have those kinds of ideologies.
Yeah. Religion is definitely a big factor. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think
And
it's
religion is, I'm sorry.
I just think it's across the board with many ethnicities that are like heavy religious, like whether it be like, you have many Asians that are like Pentecostal or even Catholic. I mean, and they're or Hindu, like they're very big on that too, to stay away from that. So I definitely believe like religion for almost all ethnicities are like kind of like strictly against that.
Mm-hmm.
Yazzie wrote a paragraph. Read Yazzie, John.
You want me to read it? Okay. As an adult coming to that realization, I have no questions. I'm happy for you and will celebrate with you. So what Shen was saying, when you bring it around young children, it's questionable. Their minds are vulnerable. They see and hear, so they feel they need to fit in. It's super controversial. So many layers.
Yeah. I love what you just said there, like Yazzie.
That's okay, Jazz.
I was almost like, what the Jazz?
We just pronounce her name differently because you're difficult. But regardless of what, I still love you. I think that, there is some truth to what Jazz said. I do feel that kids want to fit in like with certain clothing and certain things. And like I said, maybe like when my daughter was in middle school, I did see like, now everyone is feeling like they're a part of the LGBT community. And some, it didn't continue, to when they were older or whatever. But I think that those who feel it from when they're young, regardless of any kind of like influence or whatever, that you may feel is available, that's just who they are. That's who they're born to be. Like, they just like what they like, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
You can have, I've heard stories where, and it just happens to be males, but gay men, and they said like they knew they were gay since they were like 2 years old, trying on their mom's makeup and putting on their mom's shoes, and not that can't be like, because I see a grown up and I kind of want to wear what they're wearing or whatever, but they just knew they liked what the hell they liked, and that's it.
Yeah, no, I get that. I just think it's very like I said, I don't give a fuck what anybody do. When it comes to, and this is for any fragile mind. Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily children. It's really any fragile mind, because we have adolescents in some communities that are still susceptible to the wrong teaching. We have young kids that are heavy melanated that are 14, 15, 16, and they're still at the point where they have a fragile mind and lack guidance. So that's like my thing. It's like I fight for those that know what they want and those that can't say what they want, so that's more of my thing. It's like it's just bigger than having somebody choose what they want to be. It's like, are you ready? Do you want to sign up to this? Like when we come into the changes, like, so how would you feel if your parents was like, okay, I'm about to do that. I'm about to do the big chop. And we're not talking about the long hair to short hair chop,
If they wanted to be like transgender or something?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. If that's how you feel and you felt that way for, a long time, I'm pretty sure that you would know that and you would feel that way from before. And there would be some sort of signs or hints, because
look at Caitlyn.
I don't know. Did Caitlyn feel that way from when Caitlyn was younger? I don't know. So I think that, if a person truly feels that that's what they feel that they need to do, by all means, do what you do. And I mean, even if it's my parent, like if it's my mom or my dad that wants to have a what is it? I forget the specific name of the surgery, but the surgery, take hormones or whatever the case, because they feel that they've been trapped in the wrong body all their lives. By all means, have it.
Hold on. Yo, let me tell you something.
What?
Yo, let me tell you something, man. You could be trapped in jail.
I can't.
I've seen people trapped. Well, I've not physically, but I've seen a movie. Motherfuckers was trapped in a mine. You know what I mean? I think the soccer team got trapped in a mine. All right. One time I got trapped in some pussy. You know what I mean? One time I got trapped at the house because her mama came home. One time I got trapped in the trap. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Trapped in the trap. We do not, I repeat, we do not get trapped in the wrong body. Okay.
That's the words that have been used, is what I'm saying.
No. Yeah, and that's full of
trapped means like you feel like you can't escape, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
if you
can't
feel
escape.
that you're in this body and it's presenting as a specific gender, and you feel that you
why only a gender? I feel like I'm trapped in a black man's body, and for some reason I feel I should be white. I feel my credit should be higher from the age of 5. I feel like I should be able to get a
age
job.
Of 5.
Yeah, the age of 5, because they're letting 5-year-olds choose that. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness gracious! Listen, I know. I feel that there are people who are taking advantage of this acceptance of these changes, and are running like a freaking racetrack, a racer.
Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
There lies the problem. You hit it on the head. People are taking advantage. And what happens is the people that are taking advantage, they have majority of the control, and they will start to monetize it. Same thing, Budweiser, Harley, I believe it's Target. I don't want to misspeak, but I believe it's Target putting certain clothes, and that's where
it was Target, and then they took it back for Pride Month. Yeah, then they removed it.
That's where it becomes dangerous, and that's where it's like.
I mean, corporations are one thing. I would say more so like, I glanced at an article of a guy who said he was transgender. I want to say it was in maybe college or high school, and he went into the female locker room and was like staring at the women while they were in a shower. They had like bathing suits on or whatever the case, but it made them feel like, some kind, like, why are you staring? Now, granted, people stare or whatever the case, but if you're being a creep, you're being a creep regardless. And then there's this other issue of, I want to say it was a swimmer or some sort of like sport person, someone in a sport who, hi, honey. Someone who was in a sport who became transgender and then went
all the medals.
Yes, and they like won in the women's, competition or whatever the case. So I think it's a really tricky topic and tricky situation when it comes to things like that, because people will, be what's the word? I can't word right now, but people will do things to manipulate for their own benefit, when in actuality that's not really what things are about. Like,
that's why you just let God work be God work. You know what I mean?
As well as like, you're creating this bad rap, so to speak, for people who are truly in this group of people, right?
But that's what happens when you create a separate group.
Yeah.
That is not, and I don't want to be disrespectful and say not a true group, but it's not a natural group,
It's natural. It's just that they weren't able to
talk to God before they were born?
Freely be themselves. Shut up. They weren't able to freely be themselves without criticism and being like attacked and so on or whatever the case. So it's like, they want to feel like people. They want to be heard. They also want to be safe in their own skin and be comfortable with expressing themselves however they choose and feel comfortable with doing so without repercussions from the outside world. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
They safe.
Not necessarily. There's a lot of attacks against people who, are in the LGBT community. Like that's something very real.
There's a lot of attacks against everybody. Humanity is fucking out of their mind. You know
what I mean? It's hate crime when you're attacking someone because they identify how they identify.
Okay, so every
just
time
like me, it's a hate crime if someone attacks me because I'm a Black woman. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a hate crime for everything, really. Every goddamn thing nowadays is a hate crime. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it a hate crime because you beat me up because I'm shorter than you? That's like.
Yes, I'm a heightist.
Right. See, we got a name for everything. A heightist. Yeah, let me tell you something, man. This, we just got to go through. We got to go through the phase. Yeah, I mean that's really what it is, and that's why I don't mind where anybody is. I think it's just the phase. The beauty of being in America, being in a country where there's so many different cultures, and like we talk mad shit about America, whatever. Like, but truly, it's nobody's like this. Where you have so many, we take it for advantage. We take advantage of it. I mean, where it's like take it for granted. Sorry, but it's pretty. You could be anything, and that's truly beautiful, and people may not agree. I wouldn't say I don't agree with it. It's just not my first choice. But either way, it doesn't even matter. And that's what's so beautiful because it's just it truly is a country for everybody. Now, I'm not saying that there's not like mishaps that happen, but it's truly a country for everybody, and not everybody is treated equal, which sucks. But what's equal? Equal means fair, and ain't nothing fair. So I get it, but I love it. Hello, the beautiful controversial Candy. How are thou?
Hi, honey.
Hey guys. Hi. Sorry I'm late. I mean,
no worries. Money
nothing I can do about that. It's in my blood to be late. So
yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
What are we gonna do? And for some strange and odd reason, you guys are so low. And I was gonna log out and come back in, but it said end broadcast, and then I didn't want to like shut the whole broadcast down.
No, you just hit leave studio. When you came in, you started to make Tony's thing echo though. So it's probably you.
It gotta be me.
So at the bottom, you just hit leave studio at the bottom where it says mute, stop cam.
I don't have that.
The very bottom.
I only have end, and it says end broadcast. So I didn't want to click on that.
Are we still low?
Yeah, it's me, definitely. My volume's all the way up, but
you want me to
can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you just fine.
Oh. Yeah. All right. Well, then there's that. Hi, people. Hi, great people. How is everyone this evening? That's lovely. That's phenomenal.
How are you?
I'm going to say my little two-piece, and I'm going to skedaddle anyway. It's one of those days. I worked till midnight and had to wake up 5 hours later to go back to work. So I'm tired.
I'm tired.
I was going to say you sound tired.
Yeah, exactly. I sound like there's a whole grown frog living in my throat.
Yeah, when you stand up, you built like a frog too. That's neither here nor there.
What you said? You can't whisper today. You gotta say what you're saying with your chest, even though it's tiny.
Don't worry about
it. Say it with your big. Say it with the whole chest.
Tiny stuff.
Chest probably bigger than yours, baby. Don't worry about it.
Must be me.
We hear you.
Is she frozen?
She froze. I'm gonna remove
Yeah,
her.
pause now.
Oh, there she went. So getting back to what we were saying, I think that the situation can be tricky when it comes to different facets, right?
Yeah.
Someone I love, they come out of the closet, want to identify however they want to identify. By all means, wonderful. Love it for you. Have fun. Be safe. And it is what it is. When it comes to
When it comes to one.
what'd you say?
So when it comes to what? Sounds like you about to say everybody else can go fuck off.
No, not at all. When it comes to like other situations, like what we were talking about as far as the people taking advantage of situations and manipulating situations, I think that is just shameful, being able to kind of profit, so to speak, off of other people's struggles, because it's a struggle, right? And it's happened in other situations, like our situation with like a Rachel Dolezal, who was in the NAACP identifying as a Black woman, like, you know what I mean? So it's not like, what'd you say?
So did it really now? I don't know if I would compare that, you know.
What do you mean?
She wasn't really you know what I mean, infiltrating our shit like that as in the same.
Well, she wasn't doing it to profit for herself. What I'm saying is, like, that this is not who you are, yet you are posing as such. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's not. However, I bet if like shit hit the fan and, something that would be a normal situation for a Black person to encounter, right? Something racist, right? At that point, you don't want to be Black no more, do you? You could change that. and that's the same with, these the people who want to identify as transgender to win a title of some sort or do something. The minute you maybe start getting hate or whatever because this is how you feel, you identify, you could switch back to being straight. That's not the same for people who are gay. Like, it's not a turn off and on button or off and on switch. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
So there's that.
This is a tricky topic, It's a tricky topic, you know what I mean? I think as long as you operate in first, you gotta have patience, you know what I mean? So you don't necessarily gotta love everybody, because I don't know if you can teach people to have love. I think that's just something that, you have, like, you just like, oh, nah, this one child, I tell you, man, they just, they're just so sweet. They just got that undying love, so I think love, you really can't teach them to love. But you can teach them patience and tolerance, especially for those things that they don't understand, and that's why I try to not be funny with it. You know what I mean? So, people be like, oh, but you be talking, man, fuck you. Fuck you. All right. Fuck you. I say what I want today, But
you say what you want every day. But carry on.
But I I operate in a great amount of patience, first and foremost, and then I try to instill the love, and love comes from allowing myself to learn, so that's like how that should go. You have the patience because you need patience to learn, because there's some things that you're not going to understand, and as a community, that's the most difficult thing, because now I need to have patience towards things that are not in my culture, and that's like one of the hardest things, because cultures define us, like I take my shoes off, or I greet everybody, certain things, and that's part of my culture. So if somebody doesn't do that, I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, how come you ain't take your shoes off before you came to my house? Or like, how come you ain't say hi? Or so that's very, very difficult. So now I need patience for that. And then what I'll end up doing is I'll teach them, and then they will love my culture, and maybe not necessarily accept it, but at least they'll understand it, and they'll put to the side what their culture may explain about my culture, and then we'll come to some sort of agreement, But certain things with that, I just won't at this point in time in my life. Yeah, I just won't.
Makes sense.
Oh, we hear you.
Yes, and I can hear you now.
Oh, okay.
Yay.
Yay, I have to get my headphones.
Put your hearing aid in? Okay.
Not the hearing
I did
aid.
put my hearing aid in. It's the same size as you. It's right into my ear canal.
You just said that because you said you put it in. That's what you want. That's that subconscious.
Right in my ear canal.
Yeah, I'll bust in your mouth, your eye, and your ear. God damn it.
Nice little tic-tac size. Hi, everybody. All right, now that I can hear everybody, it can be nice and loud now. Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone I didn't say hi to already. Happy Thursday. If you're not drinking yet, go ahead and start. If you ain't roll that, go ahead and do that too. Take a sip, take a puff, whatever you do, as long as we do with you. Woo. All right. Hi, guys. I'm rewinding the show because I'm Controversial Candy. I take some getting used to.
Goddamn right.
All right. Hi, Tonakwa.
Hello,
Hi, little Shinny.
Big
Great
Shitty.
to see. Oh, I'm sorry. I always get those words confused. My bad.
Okay.
Interchangeable for you.
Oh no. Interchangeable.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
You took that Plan B I left on the dresser?
I was gonna ask you the same thing.
Okay.
Anyway, let's not do it. I just got here. Thanks.
Okay.
So
that's what you said last night.
Okay. So I'm not sure what points we've touched, but I'd like to share my piece. Was somebody speaking? Did I interrupt?
No, go right ahead.
Oh, all right, perfect. Well, if my parent came out of that divine closet,
slow them and send them a foreign. So, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Now I had a feeling that you'd have like some type of Jamaican thing to say tonight. I figured that out. I did. But it depends on my age, I would say. If I'm younger, kind of like a divorce, I would take it as this huge shock to my system. So like a divorce, you're used to seeing these two people together all the time. This is the household. And then that gets separated and you kind of have to internalize that and figure out how that is and how that resonates with your life and how you're supposed to go on from there. Child, she always posing and she probably high. You gotta ask that question too.
I'm not tonight.
I said you gotta ask the questions. That's all I said. So yeah, like a divorce, like it would be a shock to the system, and depending on my age group, it will depend on like how I internalize that conversation. I would take it on the same level as me and your dad, me and whatever, we're getting a divorce. It's like, yeah, I know I raised you with a mother and father, but now it's mommy and mommy. It's like, depending on my age, I may not understand that or
Yeah.
be able to accept that. It's not from a judgmental standpoint because everybody wants all their kids to be free and accept everything and feed the dolphins and love the whales. But, as individuals, that's not necessarily how we take information. We take it bit by bit, and we have to be able to digest what's given to us. Digest it.
Yeah. I'm there with you, baby.
Deep throat that shit. Oh, I'm sorry.
Ooh.
I think it's
Okay.
so. And then I think that also too, it depends on. I don't know if y'all talked about this or not. Sorry, I'm delayed. But I don't. It depends for me. Like if it's my dad telling me he's gay versus my mom telling me she's gay. I
Shani
feel
said the
like,
same.
yeah, okay, see. So, and that could be like the West Indian culture in us that has like programmed us to think a certain way. So then for that to now be the case, it's like, that that doesn't even make sense with our culture. Like, who taught you how to be gay? That's the first thing they're gonna ask you. Oh, where you learn that? You didn't learn that over here. Where you learn that? You didn't learn that from me. We don't do them thing here. So so it's the cultural aspect of it, and then just having to understand it, not because for the most part people don't see their parents as humans. So that's where I'm coming from. Like, irregardless of what the action is, like, you can find out that your parent is a stripper or used to be a stripper or used to be a porn star or whatever the case may be, whatever may be shocking to one person. You can find that information out, and it may devastate you because you don't know how to make those two things make sense. Like, my wholesome, holy mother, a porn star? Never. She doesn't even have sex. The only time she had sex was to have me. It was one time and one time only, damn it. And I was there. I seen it. That was the only time. It's like, other than that, you don't really want to, have those notions that they have desires and things of that nature. So it's hard to make that balance happen in your mind. But now, if I'm an adult, I'm outside of the years of rearing, and you're able to just come and talk to me as an adult, then that's a.
So your daddy ain't outside the years of rearing. He's been doing that for a while, if you know what I mean. Rearing, throwing it
You're
back.
disgusting. I got it. I understood. All right. As the kids say, I picked up what you put down. Okay. You said, "Girl, you look good. Want you back that thing? You the big man. Want you back that thing?" So, also too, I feel like there's an age, and whatever. I don't give a shit. You have a problem with me? I don't fucking care. But I feel like there's an age range. Like, if you're gonna be gay, I need you to do this like sooner than later. Like, don't tell me at 65 you in a nursing home. You know what I'm saying? You share now. You talking about you sharing your walker with Betty? Come on, Mom, stop.
Yeah.
Just stop. Because really, what are y'all really gonna do? None of y'all could bend over. So nobody's taking anything or getting it or giving it. Right, that too. That you can't bend over because you're already there. So what do you, because she helps you in the shower, now she's your girlfriend? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, but I don't want it. I don't want 65-year-old, I'm gay. I don't want these things. Keep it to yourself. I didn't need to know for the last 65 years. You got about what, 16 more months? Keep it to yourself.
3 months. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Down.
Well, so then going back to something Shani asked me before you joined, how would you feel about like a Caitlyn Jenner situation?
I'm glad you asked me. Kate Mann Jenner needs to cut it out.
Chris.
Kate Mann Jenner needs to cut it out. That whole nigger That whole entire male species in heels. What he is a cross dresser. He is nothing more and nothing less. He cross dresses, but because he has money and he has a name, he gets away with a whole lot of bullshit. The fact that you were on somebody's magazine has nothing to do with nothing.
As
The
Woman
woman
people
of
of the
the
that
year.
year.
Woman of the year.
I was not going to repeat that stupid ass title they gave him. Okay. Thank you.
First transgender to ever get that title.
How you transgender and you still have your original body parts? That's like me saying I'm finna turn this Ford Mustang into a Tesla. But let me tell you, I'm not gonna upgrade nothing in the car. I'm just gonna take the Tesla sign and put it on the front of the fucking car. And now it's a goddamn Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna win best Tesla of the fucking year when that shit come out. Nigga, how? Nigga, how? How does this happen? It don't make sense, but it don't make sense in no other category except for when we talking about people's stupidity. I don't deal well with that. If you want to be,
that'd be a cis Tesla. You know, you just throw cis on it and it changes everything. You know.
All right, okay, I see what you did there. So that's the cis Tesla, and this is Tesla. Okay, I got you. Got it. This one identifies as a Tesla. It's a Ford. It's a fucking Ford, but it identifies as a Tesla. I'm not doing that. Wait, look, you can't put hot oven on the front of my refrigerator and now it's an oven. It's still a motherfucking refrigerator, right? We know this because when you open it, it's not going to be hot.
Yeah.
Just small things like that. If I pull your pants down, what shall I see? Now you can live in whatever world, whatever Dragon Tales world you live in.
Dragon Tales.
Listen, I'm for the Dragon Tales, but just don't expect me to live there with you. I'm gonna congratulate you when you get there.
Yes.
Like, okay, good. Yes, you get there. I'm just not joining. I'm not gonna join you there in Fantasyland. Like that makes absolutely no sense. So no, that whole grown man has money, has access, and has an excuse because he is a white male. So once you have all these things in combination, you can do and say what you please and like.
100%.
And that's why you're able to get on different magazines. People think that you actually have to like live up to a certain standard to get these positions. No, you got to know the right people. It's the same way at work. Like you busting your ass and working hard, but you don't like to talk to nobody. So nobody fuck with you. And then you got this other person, don't do no goddamn work, but talk to everybody. Guess who's getting the promotion? The one that talks to everybody, because everybody know that part. Oh yeah, she good. She gonna be good. She ain't good as shit. She don't do shit all day. That's me. I don't do shit all day, but I know everybody's name. I speak to everybody and look them in their eye and make them feel comfortable with me. So when I'm like, hey, let me borrow $25,000, they're like, of course you can. You pay me back. I won't, bitch. But I looked in your eye and you believe me. And that's what it's about. You got to make them believe what you're saying. And that's all he did. You got the money, you got the means. If Tony is the editor of her own magazine and the magazine happened to pop, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm like, yo, I'm the best race NASCAR driver out there. She ain't never seen me drive before. Last time she seen me drive, I ran into a tree. Guess what she gonna do? I'm still gonna be on the cover of her magazine. Cause she like, no, because that's my friend. She said it. Yeah. And that's it. Like you gotta have the people. You gotta know the people then. And that's all that happened there. But no, it depends on my age. If my parents, you know, they still have an option, I guess, at this point in time. They can still come out whatever closet they like. But I'm gonna have some things to say because now I'm older. So now I'm just, yeah, I'm gonna have some things to say. There's some things to say.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And I'm gonna worry about you being my parent. I was supposed to follow your ass, and you didn't even know where you was going. So now we might have to go to see a lawyer. I might need to see a lawyer because I don't know who I was following this whole time. But I feel like maybe this was child endangerment. Child endangerment. Because I don't know what happened here. So
no, that's a fact, yeah. Very well said, yo.
What did y'all say? You want to give me a snippet?
Sure. For me, it was whatever they want to do. If they decide they want to come out the closet at whatever point, don't make me know. Never mind, because
Matter of fact, I could have did this. Yes, that's Tony. And then here's Shinwa. Them with the for dead. Them for dead. Them for dead.
pretty much.
Something along those lines.
I said it a little sweeter. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to enhance emphasis on the sweeter, just in case
I see what you did there.
I might run for borough president in a few years. So I mean, I definitely was a little bit more.
I can see you. Honestly, I ain't gonna hold you. When you say a whole bunch of other bullshit that come out your mouth, I'll be like, child, bye. But that I can see. I can actually see you being borough president. I can see that.
I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you speak properly like the people who understand Tony, so they will understand you. And then you look like the people that I understand, so I would understand you. So I see that.
I
got two sides to the island.
I got
two sides to the island. You know what I'm saying?
Does that mean I'm bi? Huh? I don't.
No.
No. Okay. All right.
You can. I mean, if that's how you come out, Shaniqua.
Don't do that. I'm keeping, but you know what? Well, like as this viewer said here, Caitlyn Jenner is another topic because there is white privilege there for real. If I did that, but I kept my stuff to try and gain leverage in society, it would not be accepted. You know?
Well, see, the whole thing is that people are not equating him trying to gain leverage with what he did because he's white and famous and rich already in everybody's mind. But we don't know that. I never seen that man bank account. I don't know what he do in his life. Last time he hit the track was back in the what's. So I don't know what you do for your money, honey. You might be struggling. So yeah.
Yeah, he ain't rich. He wanted to catch up to the Kardashians and try and make himself important. You know?
That's what I thought.
I agree. I agree. I see no, and then every time I see him, he's not even, the most he'll do is put on like a skirt. No makeup, hair looking the same. Because he always had that long, stupid looking hair and that dumbass face. You got the still stupid ass face. He still got that stupid ass face and that dumbass hair. Ain't nothing changed. So I don't, stop it. Because you put on a heel once in a while. And when he puts on heels, you see how he walk? You ever see somebody on stilts for the first time? He always walk like you don't even practice, my nigga. You're not even a practicing bitch. You a dormant bitch and you get the cover. Stop. This hoes that been out here doing this way longer than you. Stop it.
Kim Mama been pegging him for a while. He a bitch. He a whole bitch. I mean, Kim Mama ain't. Kris Jenner been in that ass for a long time. I mean,
well, that's not that. Now, you know what? I guess we're gonna have to have a whole Kardashian section then, because
right? Yeah, be nice.
we could. It'll be a while. We got to run them all down.
Nah, he ain't do that. Somebody said he did a whole Playboy's. I can't even say that word after I say that, but he did Playboy with his manufacturer joint. That's crazy. Somebody's got to see. One of y'all got to see that and give a synopsis. All right?
The last I heard, he did not change his punter for a receiver.
If you don't put your
his
name,
kicker for a receiver.
Put your name, so I know. Now I can bring the receipts up. You know what I mean?
Child.
Well, it's 10:26. Candy, do you have a word of the day, and do we have a news and notes? We're gonna do word of the day, news and the notes, and Doc Jenny's rant all in one.
Oh, word of the day is gay.
Oh, okay.
Delightful, happy, gay. Be it. Be gay.
So gay, sexually or romantically attracted exclusively to people of one's own.
That is not the definition that I was using on tonight, sir.
Lighthearted and carefree.
Thank you.
Foolish, stupid, or unimpressive. Those are the three.
Not the definition. I was going for gleeful and joyful and happy.
Lighthearted and carefree. The fuck.
All right, stop it there then, damn it. Shit. I ain't say all the rest of that.
Just said like, oh, they get free. Go talk about
Listen, that's why, you know what? I'm gonna have my own day. I said my definition. Shit. Anyway, be gay. And now for the news and notes.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
Hola.
So, for news and notes tonight, as I'm trying to bring up my notes. Okay, so the Titanic submarine, which left its dock on Sunday with 5 passengers aboard. It's been 5 days later, and the sub still has yet to be found. So it's believed that the sub had 4 days worth of oxygen. The ship was destined to sail the location of the Titanic wreckage on the ocean floor. And I'm just saying, hope the passengers are found safely and they're rescued.
Fuck them.
I just want to know how you going to drown in a sub. You know, because that's not a story I'm going to tell nobody.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the last I heard, that they found it. But how you finna die
around in the area?
Oh.
So I think
how you drown
one of the
in
things that I kind of saw was like it imploded or something.
Yeah, because they said it was
how far down it is. It's very, very far down in the. Yeah.
They said they didn't build it properly. Oh, they're dead. Fuck them.
There was some motor issues. Mind you, it's had this voyage a couple of times, like before, like 2 or 3 times before. But there was some like engine issues or some type of issue with the sub. Oh, somebody said it wasn't approved.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Said it wasn't approved.
It was not approved.
She said somebody.
Who's that?
Tamar.
Hi, little baby.
They weren't even supposed to go down in it. It was not. They're talking about how it should not have been in the water like that. You know, it was not safe to use. You know, and that person was a billionaire. You know.
Yeah. There was a couple of like rich people.
Yeah,
all of them were rich because I'm sure they paid a pretty penny to get on the boat to begin with.
Yeah, their life.
I've been reading about this for the past.
It's just like the people that trying to go to the moon to start their whole new. Well, y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead and email me when y'all get your email up. When y'all get your email up, email one of us and let us know how it's going.
I don't know if the Wi-Fi would connect. The Wi-Fi may not Wi-Fi there.
I'm just saying they got to get that together. When they get that together, because I can't go on another planet and not have Wi-Fi. Because what I'm gonna go there for? I got Wi-Fi down here, so I don't need to be up in there.
True.
So.
Damn, that's it. 250,000.
That's what Tamar just said. Yeah, it was $250,000 per person to get on that thing.
Just to die. I mean, and again, this is why you can't live your life by money. Because your money's going to bring you to hell. Follow your money to hell. Go ahead.
Well, I'll be there anyway. You know what I mean? And my money ain't going to bring me there, but I might be there. So
that nasty little dick you got's going to bring you there.
Yeah, how do you know? Yo, take it out your mouth and maybe you can speak right. How about that?
Child, even if it was in my mouth, I could whistle.
Story. Hi, everyone. Right. Okay. Mental health check. All right. Check on the people who usually do the check-ins. The death of a 33-year-old man at the Grand Canyon was ruled a suicide. Fernando Cervantes Jr. was visiting the Grand Canyon Skywalk, which extends 70 feet away from the canyon walls to be able to see into the Colorado River, which is 4,000 feet below, on June 5th at 9 a.m. And initially they thought he fell over, but they later realized that he committed suicide.
Shout out to Fernando and his family.
Let me know when you get home.
Wow. Let me know when you get home.
Let me know when you get home.
Love you. And love you.
Love you too.
Ah, it's my little smucking them. Y'all be trying to hate. Y'all think nobody loves me, but there's at least 4 people in this world that do. So.
Who said that? Let me know when you get home.
That's Lee. I'll put my money on that motherfucking Lee.
I don't know if you guys saw that. or heard about that story about the person from the Grand Canyon, but thought it was sad.
I mean, I think it's kind of beautiful. Like
Yeah, right. Why do
he
you
was
think it's
with the elements. He was with the elements, and he went to a place where people thought it was going to be an accident. He didn't want to stress his family out. He's like, "Oops, what's that? A banana peel?" Ah,
oops?
and
I
then
did it again.
There was
he
no
can only
again.
do it once.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just
It's the final
oops,
destination.
I did it just once.
He'll be back, and God gonna send him back as a rock now. No, I'm joking. Should have waited a little.
And be a part of the green. All right, stop. Stop.
I'll see you in hell, sis. We'll be shooting our podcast live from hell on the underturned time, but definitely disclose location. Tune in. You will be hot with us. Yo. Yeah, that was crazy. I wasn't even expecting that one there. That was crazy.
All right,
And
guys.
now here is Doc Shenny with his rant.
Woo! Woo! Yeah! Woo!
Let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. If you notice, I shut the lights off because we're closed. We're closed for business. Now, I'm not gonna divulge too much into this, but didn't have the best of days, What I will say, changes. And it's funny how my Doc Shenny rants usually line up with the topic at hand, but changes, changes are difficult. And it goes on to this topic, changes, as humans, we tend to really despise change. And comfortability is a place of security. Security is a place of obviously safety. Safety is where we tend to enjoy to sleep. As a human, we want to sleep in a place that's safe. And I urge y'all, so I got into a place today where my comfortability was taken away, so essentially my quote unquote safety was taken away. And I didn't feel comfortable, and I was ready, I was ready to revert, to my youthful ways. And here we are. So it was not a fun time. So I just want to urge y'all, don't get too comfortable. Because once you get comfortable, that's when you lose control. Seek to try and throw yourself into places where you don't feel comfortable. I enjoy working out, so I'm not comfortable lifting certain weights because now, it's you're under pressure. So whatever you do, just seek to be in a place where you can be uncomfortable, but obviously uncomfortable safely. So throw yourself into something that will make you grow. Because when you remain comfortable, you normally remain stagnant. So if you're wondering why you're in the same shit, dating the same motherfuckers, paying the same old bills, ain't got the same old shit or got the same old shit, you're probably too comfortable. So I urge and I plead y'all to seek for the growth, even when it's difficult. Growth comes with pain. And I know this, and I've learned this. So I will be stacking what I need to be stacking, whether that's your bread, stacking your confidence, lowering your insecurities, whatever it may be. But I urge y'all to enjoy being comfortable when times are uncomfortable. So I'm going to say that again. Enjoy being uncomfortable. Enjoy being comfortable when times are uncomfortable. Yeah, I mean, I said, Shetty, what? So get used to being state your name, motherfucker. How about that, man? Before I slap the shit out you, man. Because I'm trying to get comfy right now. State your motherfucking name, nigga. Who the fuck are you? Got me out here feeling like Mike Tyson and shit. You know what I mean? State your fucking name. You already know. This is Lee. God damn it, Lee. You bean pie eating NOI, motherfucker. So listen, Lee. Comfortability, right? So I'm gonna break this down for you, like Farrakhan would. You small cap wearing motherfucker. No, you're definitely right. I do, Yazzie. but I'm saying this, Yazzie, and I appreciate you for saying this. I appreciate you for saying that. But the problem is not a lot of people think that they can make it through when times are tough. And I've predominantly in my life been one of those people that have seen the good and see the result. Not a lot of people can see the result. So in the same topic and what we're talking about, a lot of people that, and like Candy, like you said, when you're younger, you feel a way when somebody, if they were to tell you, oh, because you used to the divorce, you compared it to divorce. So you're like, yo, I'm used to you being together. So what you're used to can trap you. But when you get older, you realize that you're going to be placed in a situation where you may not know the known. The unknown is where you are. Be okay with the unknown. Because after that, it will become the known. And the unknown is very uncomfortable. Yeah, I mean, it's very uncomfortable. But after a while, what happens is you start to know it. You start to get comfortable. So I urge y'all to search for a new lesson. Search for a new place. You should not be in the same place that you were in 5 years ago. Maybe not even 2 years ago in some instances. So search. You know what I mean?
I like it. I think I honestly, what I heard from you, Shin, was this was your time to come out of the closet, because you said sometimes you're put in positions that are uncomfortable.
You look
it's
like
not known to you, but over time you will become comfortable with it. And I feel like this is your exit strategy. And I just want to let you know, Shaniqua. No, what I'm doing is letting you know, Shaniqua, it's okay. It's okay. You know, don't think you have enemies on this side. You have friends on this side, you know? But if you take what I said and then listen back to this Doc Shimmy's rant, it'll all be clear to you. It'll be clear to you. You said be put in uncomfortable situations.
Yes.
That you're not accustomed to, you know, maybe back shots were not your favorite position.
All right, now you're wilding.
And
now you're wilding. Maybe you got.
I don't know your life.
You don't know. Hey, don't let me go there, because you don't know that nigga. He might.
I don't even know him. Yeah, so.
That might be why. Because he out there with a whole man right now and chose not to look at your ass. But
I mean, and hey,
yeah.
Hey, what can we do? All we can do is hug. We'll hug you.
You can hug my dick with your mouth. That's what you got.
Well, thank you guys for coming out and joining us tonight on our show. We love you. We appreciate you. Happy Friday Eve or Friday Junior, however you would like to celebrate it.
Friday right now. Take another shot.
Wait, did we do shout outs? Shout out to Lee. Today's Lee's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yo, why you didn't tell us that earlier, man?
I'm telling you now. It's the shout out section. This is where this goes.
Birthday, Lee.
Happy birthday to the Cancers.
That's right.
And
sorry for this heifer motherfucking built like a frog standing up, motherfucking no edges having bitch. Lee, we apologize, man. She should have been said that shit, man. We'd have fucking shouted you out as soon as we fucking seen you in the fucking comments, man. Happy motherfucking birthday. This is for you, Lee. I'm gonna eat a bean pie tonight too, nigga.
Yeesh.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for joining us.
All right.
Good night.
Bye.